Hi, Linda Sessions here, and on Linda's Take today we're going to look at how you can create a chart showing some fast food calorie information. So in my class I actually have an assignment that the students have to do, and it is the fast food nutrition chart in Excel. What I want you to do is go online and look at the nutrition information for a local area restaurant. You can choose Wendy's, McDonald's, any of the restaurants, and I want you to actually put a meal together. Sandwich, salad, maybe a couple of side items, French fries, coleslaw. I want a dessert, and I want a drink. So there's going to be a couple of different things, and you might have more. Maybe you eat a sandwich, a salad, have some French fries, have a dessert, and then have some ice cream as well. I don't know. So make it individual to you. I want you to look at a meal that you would actually be eating somewhere, because I want you to pay attention to the nutrition. Once you have your restaurant, you've picked your items, go in and research to find the nutritional value. I want to know what the calories are and the fat calories. That's the two nutritional items that we are looking for as a result of this chart. Once you have that data information from the internet, then you're going to open up an Excel spreadsheet and enter that information into Excel. Now you can see I've got, this is Megan's fast food calorie chart, so I've put the title there in A1. I have a blank row, and then I have my headers. So I've got Fat Burger World, that's what I'm looking at, and I've got my calories, fat calories, non-fat calories, and percentage of fat. Now the non-fat calories and the percentage of fat we are going to find using formulas. Once you have your items information listed in your Excel chart, we are going to come over here to D4, and to figure out our non-fat calories, we are going to subtract the fat calories from the calories. Okay, so to do that, we're going to have to put an equal sign in first. That tells Excel we're doing a formula, and we're going to take our number of calories minus our fat calories, and then we're going to hit the enter key. And that's going to let us know that non-fat calories are 610. We want to take this information and we want to copy it down on all of our items. So up here in D4, I'm going to come over here to the fill handle, which is this little square on your active cell. Move your mouse over until it looks like a plus sign, and then we're going to drag down to get your non-fat calories. Now, if we want to know the percentage of fat, then we need to divide our fat calories minus our calories. So to do that, we're going to go make E4 our active cell. Again, I need to hit the equals key, and I'm going to do C4 divided by B4 and enter. And that's going to give me my percentage of fat. Again, I want to copy this information down for all of my items. And when we're looking at percentages, I don't want to look at just decimal points. I just want to see the actual percent number. So in Excel, we can do that by changing the format from general to percent style. So with that range still selected, I'm going to come up here to my number format area, and right here is the percent style. So I can select that, and now I see everything just in percents, which is a lot easier to read. The other thing we want to do, though, is we want to look at our total calories for our meal. So here in B10, I need to perform another formula. I'm going to use a function. I'm going to use the sum function. So with B10 as my active cell, And your cell might be something different if you have more items that you're looking at for your meal. I'm going to come up to the Formulas tab, and I'm going to come over here to Auto Sum and choose the sum, because I want to know how many calories I have. So I'm going to hit the Enter key, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the fat calories. I want the sum. Now remember, the non-fat calories and the percentage of fat we used formulas for. So you can either copy the formula down, or you can just re-enter the formula here, whichever works for you. So I've got my total number of calories, and now I want my percent of fat calories. It's going to be C10 divided by B10. So you can see from my total meal, I've got 2,400 calories, and 35% of that is fat. I have my raw data here. I want to make it look better now. So I'm going to merge and center my title of my chart. So on the Home tab, I'm going to select Merge and Center. Then I want to change it. I want to add a little bit of color to it. So I'm going to come over here to my Styles, and I'm going to make this the Heading 1 style because I like that style. And I'm going to make my text just a little bit larger. So I've got my title. How you want to format this is your own personal style. Just want to make sure that you go back and format it. So for my headings, again, I want to format them. So I'm going to come over to my Styles, and I'm going to do this accent one 40%, just kind of like that one there. And then for my total row, I'm going to actually come over here and I'm going to make that my total style. Now when you select the total style, it puts a line up above the row at the top, and then it puts a double line at the bottom. What that double line means in accounting is that everything has been added and it's through. So that's the final figure. That's what the double line means. So I now have my basic chart created, or not my chart, but my table. Now I want to create a chart. The first chart that I want to create, I want to compare my calories and fat calories. So I need to select my item names, my calories, and my fat calories. I don't want to select the totals. I just want to look at the raw data in my chart. So I'm going to come up here to the Insert tab. You can look at recommended charts. You can do a horizontal bar chart, a clustered bar chart. Here's one that's just a scatter chart. Now, the scatter chart to me doesn't mean anything. So just because you can choose a chart doesn't mean you want to. You want your chart to be legible. I like this clustered column chart. I'm going to say OK. I want to move my chart underneath my data. So I'm going to make sure my mouse looks like that four-headed arrow, and I can now drag it over there. And I'm going to resize it using the sizing handle so that it fits underneath the chart and across the columns. You always want to make sure, okay, so anytime you have a chart, you want to make sure you have the chart title. You don't want to just leave it blank. So I'm going to select up here, select the chart title, and I'm going to call this Calories and Fat Calories, and add that in there. And then I want to put a border around my chart just to make it kind of stand out. So up here you have the Chart Design tab. So there's all these different chart styles you can choose from. So if you like one of those, hey, go for it. I'm going to go to the Format tab now, and I want to do a shape outline. I'm going to go weight. I'm going to make mine about 3 point, and then I'm going to come back to shape outline because I want to make it blue. So you can see now I have my table and I have my chart for calories and fat calories. And now I'm going to create another chart where I look at my percentages of fat in my individual items. So to do that, I need to select two ranges that are not adjacent to each other. Now, adjacent means that they're touching, like Kansas is touching Oklahoma. We're adjacent to each other. I want to select my item names and the percentage of fat. So I need to select two ranges. Very easy to do this in Excel. I'm going to select my first range of my item names. Then on my keyboard, I'm going to hold down my Control key and then select my percentage of fat. So again, I select my first range, hold down my Control key, and then I immediately go over and select E4, hold my mouse down, and select the rest of the range. Now, don't just select your first range, oops, and hold down your Control key and then select E4 and then go down and select the range, because that looks different to Excel. We want to select the second range in one fluid motion. So again, I'm going to select my first range, Control key, then my second range in one fluid motion. Now I'm ready to go to the Insert tab and find the chart that I want to use. And again, like here is a pie chart that really, you could use it, but it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm going to come down here and use, again, the clustered column chart. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to move it below my other chart here, and then I'm going to resize it to fit across those columns. I'm going to give it a chart title, and this one, I'm going to call this my top 3 items percentage of fat. And you might have 2 items that show up. You might have all 5 that have a percentage of fat. Just make sure you change the title of your chart to show how many items you're looking at. So I've got my chart title here now. I'm going to come up here, and on my chart design tab, I've got these chart elements, so I can make some changes. Again, do what you want. I'm going to do my data labels. I want them to show up a little bit different. I'm going to put outside in so you can see right away what the percentage of fat is. If I come over here, I've got my quick layouts, which also gives me some information. I could use one of those if I want to, or I have my different chart styles over here that I can choose from. Kind of like that one with my graduated colors. And I can actually come over here and I can change colors. Maybe I want to look at a little different color. But you can also change the individual bar colors. So if I select this bacon cheeseburger and double click it so I only have this bar selected, now I can come up to the Format tab and I can do the shape fill and I can change the color. See, it's bacon. Let's make it a little tan color. Then I've got my fries. I can do the same thing. Come up here to shape fill. Change the color of that. And I can also go to my cheesy jalapenos and change the color of that. Make your chart your own. I'm also going to go back and I'm going to put another border around it. So I'm going to go to Shape Outline. I want it to be 3 point again because I want some consistency. my back to shape outline, and I still want this to be blue. I want them both to be the same color. Do what you want. So I'm going to come down here to the zoom bar so we can see the whole spreadsheet on one sheet. So here is my final spreadsheet. Now you'll notice my percent of fat, the T, is kind of off here. So I'm just going to come up between the E and the F and double click to make it auto fit my column information. And I need to do the same thing up here on my items. See the 4 pieces kind of cut off. So I'm going to double click that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that on all of mine. Do auto fit to make sure that my text reads and that I can see it. So here is my fast food calorie chart. Calorie chart. You can see my calories and fat calories and my percentage of fat items. So once you have this finished, go ahead and submit it, and keep an eye out on your nutrition going forward. How much fat are you actually eating when you're sitting down to your favorite fast food meal? Hopefully today, wherever you're at, you've got some sunshine in your life today. And I'm Linda Sessions. Have a great day.